Okay, let me open the Pega application. Okay, it's starting the server. Let's run the application. Okay, it will take some time, but first server needs to be start. After that, the application will open. So that, okay, meantime, I'm going to explain you the scopes of databases. There are three scopes in the database. Those are Requestor Scope, Node Scope, and Thread Scope. So what is meant by thread scope, what is meant by requester scope, and what is meant by node scope? I'll discuss in this video. Before that, I'll show you one diagram. Node means simply server. Requester means a user. Thread is nothing but within the transaction, the scope of the trans details like data. The scope of the database within the transaction means within the boundaries means it's called thread. So the same requester you can say like in the same work object you can say thread means you can say work object. Okay, requester means nothing but user you can say, and node means nothing but a server. Node is nothing but a server. Okay, let's discuss about node first. So how many types of nodes actually there are two types of servers. One is application server and another one is web server. What is web server and what is application server you need to know first. So if you see this diagram, you will understand. Okay, for example, actually applications are installed or deployed into the application servers, not into the web servers. So what is meant by web server and what is meant by application server? See, application servers where our application has to be deployed. Web server is nothing but it will take the input from the browser or nothing but user. So it will take the input from the user and it is transferred to the application server to get the data from the applications. Those applications are developed and deployed onto the application servers. So web server is a gateway to the user and the application server. Okay, this is the thing you need to understand the first. So see, web server is nothing but accept HTTP or HTTPS request from the browser. Server static contents forward dynamic request to the application server. Okay. For examples, these are the web servers. Okay. So what is meant by application server? Execute business logic which is developed by the developers and deployed onto the application server. Those business logics are executed by the application server. Application server will connect to the database. To fetch the data, we need to connect to the database only. So application servers will connect to the database and runs enterprise applications. So whatever the applications installed or deployed onto the application server will execute through the application servers only. It manages transactions, security, and sessions. What is meant by session? I'll tell you, don't worry. So, what kind of question you may expect in the interviews? What is the difference between web server and application server? Your answer will be web server handles client HTTP requests and static content, whereas application server execute business logic, connect to the database, and run enterprise applications like Pega. This should be your answer. So, there are two types of servers. Why we need two types of servers actually? See, for example, in February month, every e-commerce application announced a sale called Valentine's Day sale. In that time, what e-commerce platforms are expecting, many users will log in during the sale time. Other time, they don't get those many logins, but during the sale time, they may expect more logins, more users, more requesters. Say whatever the name, more customers, whatever the name, the thing is same, like more people will try to reach the server. So if they deploy their application on only one server, what will happen? The server will have the capability of some user requests only. If many users are reaching the server at a time, what will happen? The server will crash. To prevent this, what e-commerce people are coming up with, they are installing application in different application servers. The same application has been installed on different application servers. So whenever the users are trying to log in, they will not be able to log in into one server. So it will not go to the same server. So first the requester will request and the request will go to web server. Web server is intelligent enough and it will convert the request into different applications. See, for example, 100 users are trying to log in. So first 30 users it will transfer to first application server, another 30 second application, another 30 third application, remaining 10, 3, 3, 3 and 1 like that. It will equally divide the load. So that's why a web server is called load balancing server. To prevent the server crash, it will equally divide the load and it will transfer equal load to the application servers. That is what the work of a web server. So that if they don't, after the sale end, they may not need the another so many servers because the flow will be less only. That time they will deactivate these servers. Whenever they need, they will deploy the application in different servers. By using web server, they will transfer that into different servers. This is what exactly happening. That is what web server and application server. So another thing is you need to know about requester. Requester is nothing but user. When I am trying to connect into an application, I'm a requester. When I opened a requester, it will create a requester session. Requester session in Pega, nothing but a session in Pega represent a connected user or system interaction. Every time someone logs into Pega or any application, for example, take an example of email. So you are trying to log in your email account in your mobile. So at 9 a.m. you tried to log into your email. Then at 9 a.m. it will create a requester session and you logged out your email at 12 a.m., 12 p.m. something around. After 11 p.m. you logged out. So from this 11 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. is called a requester session. At how much time you are actively working on that, it is called requester session. So again you logged in your email, parallelly you logged in your email from your laptop. So it will be different requester session. Even though login IDs and passwords are same, but IP address are different. So whenever you log in into the application, it will create a requester session. Requester session is an instance of Code-Pega-Requestor. This is the instance class of Code-Pega-Requestor. It will store all the data temporarily, not permanently. So whenever a user login in a background process runs, Pega creates a requester object. That object belongs to the class Code-Pega-Requestor. The class stores information like which operator logged in and what access group he is from and requester type and login time, last access time and clipboard information. After the requester session completed, this data will get disappear. It is a cache data. Where our requester instance stored in memory as instance of Code-Pega-Requestor. Is it stored in database? No. Requester sessions are temporary only. So that is about requester. So what is thread? Thread is nothing but work object only. Like you are working on one transaction. If you make the transaction in thread level, you can access the data only into the transaction only. In next transaction, the data will not be available. So that is nothing but thread level. So these are the three scopes, and if I miss anything, I'll try to cover now. Only three scopes we have. I have covered thread scope, requester, you understand. Node means server. I clearly explained. So what is thread scope? I'll tell you, like, you're developing an application for example, insurance group. So you want to fit some insurance details for one user. So entire the transaction, the insurance values should be same. In that case, you will use thread scope. For requester session means for requester scope, when we will use requester scope? Requester scope is nothing but for a login in see, for example, you are a insurance agent. So every insurance you did, you will get some amount, like what we call that amount as some bonus, we can say. So that how many insurances you did, the bonus amount will be same only. For first insurance, 10% commission means for second insurance also you will get 10% only. So whenever you log in, you made the transaction. If you did 10 transactions, you will get 10 into 10% only. So entire the requester, whenever you log in, the data should be same like 10% only. It will not change. That is called requester session scope. Sorry, requester scope. What is node scope? See, for example, people are trying to take the insurance from you, from your application. Like, so in a requester node, if I log in to check for if I am the age group of 25 to 30, if I am trying to fetch the details, it and another user also trying to fetch the details, it should show the same details only. Because this age group, this much interest, this age group, this much insurance claim, this age group, this much insurance claim. That should not be changed. So that is called node scope. So if my application is open, I'll try to show you something. Let's see that. Okay, I'll go to add. One second, it's loading. So hope you understand this node and requester and multi-node concept. What is this? That's okay. So I'll go to Dev Studio. From here, take case type. I'll click on it. So it's loading. Within the transaction, we want to share the data. We will go with the thread scope. Within the requester, if we want to share the data, we will go to requester scope. And within the node, if we want to share the data, we will go to node scope. Mm. If you are making insurance to the one user, for that one user in entire transaction, if you want to use the details of the insurance claims in 3 to 4 times, the data should be same with entire transaction. In that case, you will go with the thread scope. And you are the insurance agent, you will get the same claim for many insurances. In that case, you will develop the application for requester scope database usage. And what is the node page? For users are trying to log in and check the insurance claim percentage. So n number of users log in and check, the data should be same. In that case, we will go with requesters. Sorry, node scope. So I'll go with create. Okay, data model database. Just like that I'm opening. Scopes of database. If you see here, thread requester node. When the mode is read only, you will get three scopes because in this case we are only able to read the data from the database. But there are other modes also. We already discussed about editable and savable read only. So if I click on editable, then the scope will node scope will not come. Why? Why node scope will not come? To maintain the data consistency. So what is meant by node scope? The requests which are getting on the node, the data should be same on the all the users. See, all users are trying to log in onto the node to check the insurance claim details. So if it is editable database, what will happen? First user will log in and change the data. So the second user who logged in and tried to check that, the editable data will come, not the original data. It should not be happened like that. It's a data violation. To prevent that, Pega has disabled node scope to the editable and savable pages. See, savable pages also you will not get node scope. Node scope is only for read only pages. In read only, what will happen? Everyone can able to read, but they cannot be able to modify the data. That's why it is available thread requester node scope to the read only pages. This is an important interview question. You need to note down it. Okay, thank you. In next video, we will do one practical on it. If you have any doubts, do let me know in the comments. Thank you. Signing off.